Oh, hello. Thanks for welcoming me into your home or office space. My name is Edgar Lewis, and as you may or may not know, I'm a 16-year-old boy from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I come from a nice Roman Catholic family. I have a few good friends who keep me on the straight and narrow, a swimmer's body, and I view myself as a well-adjusted young man. I don't know why I'm having the problems I'm having. It's confusing and scary, and I feel like I have no one to turn to. I can't get out of bed before I masturbate. I can't fall asleep before I masturbate. I didn't think of this as a real addiction or anything. It's not like I smoke unfiltered cigarettes or bet on my favorite terriers at the local dog show. But after Mr. McKinnon caught me diddling myself in algebra and got me expelled, I realized that this may be a problem worth addressing. Masturbate, masturbate, masturbate. The great philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre was right. I live in a constant state of anguish. Mike Kowalczyk and I have created the multimedia presentation you are currently experiencing to demonstrate just how much I've learned over the past month, show how sorry I am, and to advocate for my swift return to school. Ever since I was kicked out, I've tried to live my best, most productive life. I've been exercising more, visiting a support group. I even paid for a few expensive sessions of online professional help. But most of my time and effort has gone towards researching animal masturbation. I was convinced that forming a sacred connection with nature's creatures and their naughty bits would lead me towards some kind of enlightenment. It's a little unorthodox, but spitting in the eyes of blind people is pretty strange too, and that Jesus guy turned out all right. The following are my findings. Believe it or not, most primates masturbate. They use their hands. Looking at their eyes brings me massive amounts of sorrow. Their irises have undoubtedly witnessed horrors beyond my wildest imagination. They're complex little creatures. Some even exchange sex for goods, like food. If I were to exchange sex for food, it would have to be something worth it, like a Montreal Reuben. Penguins act similarly. In the earliest record of animal prostitution, female penguins could be found exchanging sex for pebbles from the male's nest. They do this when their husbands are away looking for food. While they must have some sort of internal navigation system, they clearly lack a moral compass. They also hump cold ice and snow to completion, which feels about as bad as you think it would. Beluga whales will rub up against basically anything to reach orgasm, whether it be the seafloor or other animals. This was how I used to operate when I was younger, before becoming an efficient masturbator. I mostly rubbed against blankets and bath mats. Ducks were previously one of my favorite birds, and while they do masturbate, I learned that they are also agents of pain and destruction and rape. It became such a species-wide problem that, through evolution, female ducks began to develop corkscrew vaginas. This biological victory was short-lived, however, as male ducks quickly, or should I say quackly, developed corkscrew penises. Ducks are starting to make even Canada geese look good, which is certainly saying something. Rodents take it one step further by introducing tools to the ejaculation equation, preferably sticks. Immediately following sexual intercourse is a very common time for them to masturbate. They clear their urethras to protect themselves from any potential STDs. Rodents, like mice and hamsters, are unable to use condoms or penicillin and are inherently promiscuous, so they must take extra care during their sexual adventures. This may sound weird, but I've always fantasized about my first big condom purchase. The government forces teachers to give us some at school, but they're the kind you test out on a banana. Despite my lack of experience, I don't think they're suitable for real lovemaking. Me and the person I'd be using the condom with would go to the store and figure out which one looks the best or the silliest. We'd probably settle on something safe, but I'd like to picture myself as more adventurous than I am. When I grow up, I want to be the kind of guy who has the guts to say, "Hey, what about Tropical Hurricane Twist?" A lot of the people I know seem to not really care about that kind of stuff, which is okay too, but it makes me kinda sad. My parents divorced when I was younger, and I think they've done their fair share of contraceptive shopping in the years since. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned, but the idea that more than one person could know my favorite condom pattern makes me want to rip my guts out. Every so often, I wonder what aliens are like. I know they're real. There's gotta be something else out there. But would they be attracted to us or think we're just sacks of meat? Have they evolved past the point of needing to reproduce? Do they watch our porn or have they made their own? I assume they're too focused on terraforming planets and trade negotiations to worry about something as silly as love. If they do have relationships, I wonder what they do for fun. Maybe they go to intergalactic art house theaters, or make pizza with dairy-free cheese, or discuss the mental damage their alien parents inflicted on them. They could talk about how they're fading away, and that they're trying to get better, but every day it gets a little harder. There are a few things I look for in a good porno. Breasts are great, but sometimes they can get too big and girls start to look like sea monsters. Butts are always good. Teeth have become more and more important to me. If it looks like you don't know what a dentist is, I start thinking about the state of the healthcare system, and it really bums me out. I try not to focus on the aesthetics of the vagina. Even I consider that unhealthy behavior. They're just flaps of skin if you think about it. When I stare for too long, vaginas seem endless, like black holes. One day soon, Jesus and God are going to come down and clean up this mess we made. All the water in the ocean will evaporate and we'll kill each other over Mountain Dew. The sky will rain acid and all the world's ice cream will mutate into cottage cheese. Men who treat women poorly, raunchy comedians, and Mormons will be crucified. I'm sure Mr. McKinnon will be saved. Hopefully our Holy Father spares Mike too. If God really does care about the activity of my genitalia, I don't think I have much to look forward to.